Good morning. This is Cam from Hype the Thrills, and we are back here at Six Flags Great Adventure for the official opening day. Last night was pass holder preview night, but today is opening day for everybody. So it's going to be a little bit different. Obviously, it is nice and sunny out, but it is quite cold, so some rides may not open on time or they may be down for wind, but that's okay. So, like I said before, let's get inside the park. Over here by the front planter, the Looney Tunes characters have their safari outfits on. That's actually a really nice touch. Well, just did my first ride of the season on Justice League, and while a lot of the effects and a lot of the practical effects are back, it's just the actual targets that are just really, really off. I wish that they would just come in and just fix the targets, but otherwise, fun ride. Over here at Granny's, the menu is still relatively the same from last year, but I'm not really complaining. I really like their food upgrades from last year. I'm glad to see that it's sticking around. While Skull Mountain did get some exterior work done over the off season, I do wish that Jaw would come back. I don't know if the Jaw is ever going to come back on Skull Mountain, but this ride does need a lot of help. It does need similar effects to what they did to Dark Knight in the off season. But yeah, it's still a fun ride. It just needs a lot of help. Over here at the lakefront, the former plot of Swashbuckler, it makes it look like that a ride was never here in the first place. The pavers and landscaping look really nice, and the concrete looks nice too. So I hope that flat ride comes here at some point in the future, but if you haven't heard, Swashbuckler is being moved over to the boardwalk for 2026 to be known as Roundabout at the Shoreline Pier. So I would hope that some type of flat ride come here in the future just to, complete the area. But otherwise, like I said, really nice. So over here by Harley Quinn, the Buccaneer got some landscaping here in between the pool and the fence here. But what I notice is, did this fence become taller? I'm not exactly sure. This looks new. So this might be some type of safety standard or some type of IROC procedure. I'm not really too sure myself, but I mean, it looks nice, but I can't tell if this is new or not. Well, the former Flash Pass building has become the Premium Experience Center, which I'm pretty sure is just kind of a guest services type center. I'm not too sure myself, but as you can see here, you can buy your fast lane. They have pass holder services, VIP tours. So, as many of you might know, Fastlane is the new system here at Great Adventure and many Legacy Six Flags parks, but it is just kind of a rebranded Flash Pass. They literally use the same thing. Over here at the boardwalk, and it looks really, really open. The games buildings are actually not here anymore, so we still have these games buildings, but yeah, this is actually much more open, and they put some new planters, some benches, so it looks really, really nice. Over here at the end of the boardwalk, there is the station for the new 2027 roller coaster Project Purple. Um, this had started vertical construction last week, and I did not realize how close it actually was to the boardwalk or how deep it was in the boardwalk. It's basically in Twister's plot. And yeah, that purple in person looks really, really cool. I really like that shade of purple. So this has been confirmed to be a dual loading station, and they're currently working on another part of the ride. Of course, right now crews are working on the zero-G stall for this attraction, Project Purple. But otherwise, this area just looks absolutely insane because, Green Lantern, Parachutes, Twister, they were all right there. So this is really, really like just strange to see it all open. Obviously, we saw it last year at Jersey Coaster Adventure, but to see work going on, it's just a great sight to see. So I'm really excited for the years to come. Right now, Slingshot is currently closed as there is no pathway going to Slingshot. So, this is the only open path. It's pretty much just a hallway to Superman. And, they said they'll have Slingshot open in the coming weeks as they start to progress on the pavement here. But yeah, this concrete looks absolutely fantastic. As we get a better view of Project Purple, this zero-G stall looks absolutely insane. That transition from the launch into the stall looks really, really cool. I think that is going to have some absolutely insane whip. And it is rumored that that stall is going to be having a launch on it, which would make it the world's first inverted launch, which that's a crazy element just to even think about. But yeah, this is really cool seeing a coaster getting built like live. So you see the guys there, they're up on the boom lift there, just fastening everything in, making sure this coaster's all safe. And they're making incredible progress on it. They just started this about last week, so that on that first transfer track there. So yeah, this is awesome to see. So kudos to those guys who are working today. They do a lot of hard work, so I hope all their work pays off. I know I made a note on this before, but this Duke concrete looks absolutely fantastic. They wanted to make it look like a weather boardwalk, and it absolutely looks like a weather boardwalk. They're getting more of this as the season goes on, so I'm really excited to see what the finished product's going to look like. So going back to Project Purple, the guys in the boom lift are actually removing the straps for that track piece right there, and I heard them torquing down all the fasteners before. So, again, this is just really, really cool to see. And they're going at a super quick pace. I could honestly see this stall being finished by next week. That might be a bit of a stretch, but, I like to think that they could get it done like that. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see this thing go up. We're going to go and see how this is going throughout the year. And, yeah, this is just awesome to see. So, over here next to Slingshot, you can see there still is no pavement there. But, that concrete is going to stretch out further to get the Slingshot, and that is going to be operating this year. One ride that will not be operating this year is the Great American Road Race. That has been confirmed to be retired. So, whatever they have for the boardwalk, they are going to have a ginormous plot of land open, because that is a decent-sized plot. Plus, you have Daredevil Dive that's also going to be open. So, it could open up for a decent-sized coaster. But, yeah, this is really cool. Of course, we can't forget about the Shoreline Pier opening later this spring. This area is going to be hosting 4 rides, 4 brand new rides of Great Adventure, and Swashbucklers being moved over here. So over here, they're going to have Barrels of Fun, which is a spinning coaster, the Wave Swinger, Flying Scooters, Hypno Twister, and of course, the Roundup. And this area is going to be really, really exciting at the end of the park, as they're going to have attractions for all ages. Of course, the Shoreline Pier is going to offer more than just rides. They're going to have a nighttime event. They're going to have live entertainment, food inspired by the state of New Jersey, because, New Jersey has good food. But yeah, I'm super excited to see how this area is going to turn out. I'm going to predict Memorial Day or by Memorial Day. So it could be a little before that. It could be, maybe the week of. Who knows? But yeah, it's just crazy to think that, like, in a couple weeks or a couple months, this area beyond this fence is going to look super unrecognizable. And of course, at one of the game booths, they have bumper cars, remote control bumper cars. It kind of reminds me of those remote control boats that they would have, that you would like put a token in and you could move all the boats. So I'm interested to see what's actually coming here. So got a nice open space here. Over coming off of Dream Street into the Golden Kingdom Outpost, they have the Stilt Walkers, and of course they are all dressed up for the Safari Spring Break celebration. I'm actually super excited to see what these shows are going to offer in the next few weeks. Over here at Bugs Bunny National Park, the Looney Tunes characters have actually been moved over from the front entrance to, Bugs Bunny National Park. And honestly, I agree with that, because they actually look pretty cool. I was hoping to find a new home, so here they are. So, rumor on the street is that Foghorn Leghorn Stagecoach has actually been removed. I cannot confirm or deny this, because I really have no idea. The ride's still fully intact, but this ride actually opened at Six Flags Astroworld, which that park unfortunately closed 20 years ago. But yeah, this is kind of interesting to see. This is one of the last remnants of Six Flags Astroworld. So again, it's just a kids' ride. Obviously, kids need stuff to do, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. It is, like I said, just a kids' ride after all. But yeah, ride's still fully intact. The ride vehicle's right over there. So Yeah, I'm not too sure if this ride's actually been removed or not. So just a rumor, but maybe they'll make an actual announcement about it. So returning this year is a Safari Off-Road Adventure. Now the station inside Great Adventure. You could still access it at the Outpost, but it's really cool to see that it has come into the park. It's a little bit shorter than the one at the Outpost, but it's really cool to see. This did have a run for a few weeks in June, but I'm glad to see that it is, back full time. Well, as you can see, the log flume is getting a lot of work done this off season. Great Adventure really has put a lot of work into restoring the log flume, and I'm so happy to see that it's going to be sticking around for a while. It is a park original, so yeah, as you can see, there are workers actually working on it, but I'm super excited to see it when this ride eventually reopens. Over here at the Golden Cayman Outpost, they have some animals roaming around like they had before. And of course, the shows. They have brought live entertainment in. And honestly, I only stayed around for this one show. And it's actually really, really good. It reminds me a lot of the Viva La Fiesta shows at Dorney Park this past summer. And of course, the Haunt shows at Dorney Park also. But yeah, this was actually really, really well done. And of course, those actors and actresses do a lot of work, do a lot of hard work, making sure these shows are the best they can be. And they truly showed it off. Well, I haven't really made comments about El Toro, but El Toro has been running absolutely fantastic this year. Of course, the colder weather doesn't really help this attraction as it has been cold, and El Toro doesn't really like the cold, but it's running absolutely fantastic. The turnaround is smooth, the airtime's excellent. Of course, the twister section is running great. Macho Nacho got an update, including a brand new sign. It really pops right there, but as you can see, they're also getting walking tacos, which is just, a bunch of taco stuff in a Doritos bag. So they didn't say what Doritos were on the menu there, but I hope it's nacho cheese. Nacho cheese are the best Doritos. But anyway, yeah, this looks really nice, and I'm really excited to see when Macho Nacho eventually opens later this year. So we just had a very funny story on El Toro. Now we waited about 40 minutes for it, which is on one train for opening weekend, which is fine. It could be a lot worse. But we got onto the train and then they told us to get back in line, which we're like, oh, okay, I guess it broke down. A guest actually went into the restricted area to retrieve a hat, I believe. And, just a reminder that make sure you secure your loose articles on these rides, especially El Toro. That ride will throw anything off you. But yeah, just don't be stupid. It's opening day. Don't get banned on the first day. Don't be that guy. We actually booed him on the break run because we thought it was really funny. Well, over here at the former path to get to King Ka, that stall is really, really coming together. Honestly, it's reminding me a bit of the Airtime Hill of King Ka when that was still around. It's giving me that certain vibe just from the view. But yeah, I'm super excited to see this. But it also cleared this area out a lot. At least to my memory, it was always a lot more. But of course, it's gonna look a little different next year. We're still getting used to King Ka not being here. But yeah, that looks really, really cool. Well, the Main Street Pub is open, and this looks absolutely fantastic. Yeah, of course, right there, they have the fish and chips, chicken tender, shepherd's pie, and chicken wings. So I'm going to go with the fish and chips. I'm a big fan of the ones at Epcot, so we'll see how they are. Well, I just got to the Main Street Pub, and this fish is absolutely ginormous. The fries are okay, but this fish was absolutely delicious. So really, really good stuff. So we decided to finish off the rest of our day here at Flash. We have not ridden it all weekend. It has had some trouble this weekend, unfortunately, but excited to get back on it. I have not ridden it since, November, like many of the attractions here at Great Adventure. So, yeah, we'll see how it is. Just finished off our ride on Flash Vertical Velocity, and I forgot how good that ride was. That hang time is nuts. And, of course, doing all that airtime and everything else backwards is just crazy. I haven't ridden this ride since I rode Stardust Racers, which I rode Stardust Racers back in December, so it's kind of weird to get back on it, even though they're two completely different rides. But yeah, this is really nice to get back on. Well, that's finishing our night here at Six Flags Great Adventure. It was great to be back here for another opening day. Hung out with friends, got a bunch of rides, and of course, we got to try some good food, such as the Main Street Pub over there. Really good fish and chips. And yeah, so we'll be back here next week at some point, I believe. Maybe, we'll see what happens. But, Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I shall see you all in the next one. Goodbye.